the Asian markets higher following a positive close on Wall Street.
Preliminary data from phase 1 and 2 clinical trials are very encouraging and show that the Oxford vaccine is safe, well tolerated, and induces an immune response.
This is one of the big moves which is happening. You have to just ride it. Now the trading stop loss becomes the 200-day moving average, which was the resistance, resistance. Now is support 10,870.
The numbers look very, very good. If you look at it on the top line, the only problem was the revenues missed by around 100 crores odd, but that was fine because the volumes were lower by approximately 100,000.
Up 1%, 114 higher, and this must be the highest since end Feb.
At this level, I would be a little cautious on the markets because I think demand has to catch up with supply.
Effectively at $13.1, which is the offer price, Majesco Limited will get around $421 million in cash.
We've got pretty much the highs of the morning still very much intact. If you look at it,
by August 2021, there won't be any additional intraday leverage other than what SPAN plus exposure or VAR plus ELM already offers.
There is actually, by the way, a series or a pipeline of companies we would be looking at and are looking at in terms of the investments. Here in this particular case, when you look at it, what was the motivation is that 5G.
The market is up another 120 points as we speak, 11,115.
Okay, it's been another strong day for the market. The Sensex is up 500 points, the Nifty up 140 points. Of course, the big catch-up has been happening in the Bank Nifty for last 2-3 days. So that's up another 2% with big names like ICICI Bank really taking over leadership. Reliance is contributing. You could argue about the market breadth and mid-cap underperformance, but you would always find, reasons to be nitpicking. But it's been another strong showing for the bulls. Let's see what the last hour brings for us. Surabhi, hi, good afternoon.
good afternoon, Anuj. Yes, what a strong day for the market once again, right? It's bulls in absolute control. And very interesting today, the way the Bank Nifty keeps running, and you've been making the point, the major catch-up that this index seems to be now playing. So what thoughts on today's overall surge and what we've seen from financials once again today, Anuj?
Yeah, and again, Surabhi, this has been very interesting. I mean, if you see this is a bit of a case study over the last couple of days, which is that while the Bank Nifty has started to outperform the Nifty or has started to bridge the earlier underperformance over the last 2 days, it started with that big move which happened on expiry day, and then it continued on Friday, last hour on Friday. And then we saw that yesterday and today as well. Today also the Nifty is up 1.2%, the Bank Nifty is up 2%. But only if you carry it from yesterday, because the Bank Nifty opened with a gap up and has been practically where it has been since morning. On the other hand, the other Nifty stocks like Reliance or an HDFC, I think a couple of these stocks are giving you more bang for the buck from the intraday point of view, even the Nifty. But these are all small issues. The big money is being made by those who have just entered the market and have just carried and ignored all the noise surrounding the market, just carried their positions and just trailed their stop. And I think that perhaps is an explanation why today you haven't seen, in fact, any dip. Now this is a market in which the dips, when they happen, they are very shallow, like the one which happened yesterday just before that AGR ruling was to happen or that arguments were to begin. You saw that decline. I think those will be perhaps the ones that perhaps you want to try and buy, or you just want to stick around and hope that the positional trade takes care of you and the gap ups, because most of the work is being done by the gaps. So all the intraday traders who are waiting for an opportunity, they are not getting it because the market's working in gaps.
Okay, well, that's the way this is playing out right now. The advanced decline lines are narrowing, but the frontline indices over there, of course, the big party seems to be continuing for the time being. Let's get started. There's a lot of ground to cover. Let's tell you what's lined up on closing bell. Once again, it's a bull charge on the street and the screen is looking very, very green. The market at 20-week highs on the back of course, rising optimism around the vaccine, overall positive global sentiment as well. The Nifty Bank once again outperforms, and we will discuss all of these trends with our fundamental experts, SP Tulsian of sptulsian.com, market expert Anand Tandon, as well as Mayuresh Joshi of William O'Neill. Now, what are the charts indicating? Is this bull charge going to continue? What do you do now? A lot of people who have been waiting for that dip simply didn't get the entry opportunity. We'll ask Sushil Kedia, founder of Kedianomics, to weigh in on the technicals. And then, of course, trades for the last hour coming up, ideas that you can perhaps still work with. That's coming up with our experts Ashwini Gujral and Mitesh Thakkar.